Koti sir. He said he's going to review the resume and then.
That's okay. So we will take it then.
Okay.
If it's delayed, you can anyway when placement cell session is going to be conducted every alternate day, right? You can join and you can discuss at the time also. Your now career LinkedIn we are going to be discussed at the time as well.
Yeah. For me, it's little bit urgent. Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
For me, it's little bit urgent.
That's fine. You can send to me then. Or else you
Okay.
can check with the Koti sir or evening.
Okay. Okay.
So hi Sagar, join right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. You can take a host. Okay. And you can continue.
Sure. Okay. Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Okay. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Did you guys install Python? VS Code? Did you guys install?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's good. Let me share my screen. Okay. Let's have a quick recap. What did we do yesterday? And then we'll get started with today's topic. Okay. We got started something with programming. What is programming? We try to understand. And we saw something called as a high level language and low level language. What's the difference between this? What's the difference? What's the difference between high level language and low level language?
High level language is computer language and low level language is human readable.
Okay. Others?
Low level language is a kind of binary language, so where only kind of systems or computers can understand, but the human cannot understand. High level languages humans can program.
Okay. Yeah. The high level languages are nothing but close to your human interaction, how human can understand that particular language. Those kind of language, the readability will be there. Those are called as a high level language. Whereas low level language are close to your machines, which machines can understand easily. Okay, those are called as a low level language. For high level language, any of the program you take, Python, you take Java, you take C++, you take any of the programming languages for high level. Whereas in a low language, any binary language, if you have any binary language which we cannot understand directly, those kind of languages are called as a low level language. Okay. Then we saw something called as a compiled language and interpreted language. What's the difference?
Compiled language is something fully executed at a time. Our interpret language is executing line by line. If there is any issues, we will be sorting it out in that time whenever we are executing that.
Okay. Okay.
Might be, as you said, some games like FIFA, which have been fully compiled and written in the CD, or then we will be starting using it without any issues for like heavy apps, you said. But we have for the interpret language, we can use it from the cloud and we can run it side by side. And if there is any issue, we can sort it out.
Okay. The main difference is compiled language are the language which translates your entire code into binary format. before execution, whereas interpreted languages, if you have 100 lines of code, one by one line, it interprets, it translates into binary code, execute. In this way, it will go and execute one by one. And we saw that Python is something called the interpreted language. Okay. Okay. Then what we saw? Then what else we did? After this, what we did?
We saw demos for kind of print statements and assigning
Okay.
variables and everything.
Okay. We got started with something called the variables. What are variables?
Variable is a kind of container where we can store any values.
Yeah. So variables are the containers where we can directly go and store the values that can be manipulated during your programs. And inside variable, we saw something called the identifiers and literals. What are these?
Identifiers are like a names and literals are the actual values assigned to those names.
Okay. Type of data assigned that we assign, and identifiers are the representation of this particular data which is having certain meaning. Okay, we saw these things and then we got started with our print statement. We went and we printed our Python, like first programming, that is hello Python. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Before going into that, I have explained few things with respect to Python. One is Python is dynamically typed. What is this? What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this?
We don't need to declare any data types. It will be
Yeah. We no need to define any data types. Whenever we go and assign to any variables, for example, x is equal to Python. Now, based on the data you have assigned, automatically it will go and assign a data type for your variable. Okay. Okay. That's it. Okay. We'll continue from that yesterday's class, and we did assign few variables and we just printed our variable in a dynamic way. And we'll try to analyze few more things. And also I explained you back-end working of your variable, how it works. Can anyone explain quickly? Can anyone explain? I'll give a scenario. X is equal to 5.
It stores, yes. Yeah. It
Okay.
stores values. Yeah.
X is equal to 10. Print of X. Now, can anyone explain what is happening here?
First, x 5 is assigned to x. After that, the next statement will execute. Then 10 is assigned to x. And when after that, in third step, we print that x, then it picks the latest value which we assigned. That is 10.
Okay. What's happening to this 5 then?
That is in garbage collector.
Whenever there is no value assigned to any variable, if there is something called the garbage collector inside your Python that will come and clean those unassigned values. Okay, this is what we have seen yesterday. We'll continue that from yesterday's class and we'll see some of the rules that we need to follow while defining our variable. Okay, the first and foremost rule. Okay. Now, if you come and see here inside your VS Code, there is some.
Is there a way to increase the font size?
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Is it fine? Thank you so much. Is it fine? Okay.
Thank you.
Fine. Now, if you come and see here inside your VS Code, if you see there is something called as Python. And if you click on Python, these are the different languages you can directly go and write this particular code inside your Python. Whereas Jupyter Notebook, that doesn't have use case. Now, I'll be doing with mostly with respect to VS Code. If you guys want to go and practice with Jupyter Notebook, please do go and do. That will be good use case. But I will try to solve as many as questions using our VS Code. Okay. Now, if you come here, there is something called as code and there is something called as a markdown language. As soon as I click on this, now I can go and write some of the information that I can do with respect to whatever I'm writing. That information I'll be storing here. And this markdown language is nothing but it's similar to that of your HTML language, where you'll be going and writing based on whatever you write, it will display here. For example, I'll say hash rules for Python variables. Now, as soon as I do and enter, it gives like this based on whatever the entry you are given. Now it is representing something like this. Now double click, I can go and write my rules. Okay, the very first rule is variables should always start with alphabets or underscore. Second rule is you cannot use any special characters apart underscore for defining variable. Okay. Third rules is you cannot start the variable, right? Variable with numbers. Okay. And fourth rule is variables are case sensitive. Okay. And the last rule is you cannot have spaces in variables that is defined. Now, what do you guys understand by this? What do you guys understand by this?
Like while declaring
Information
variables,
for
we
the
should take care of
variables.
these points.
Okay. Now, I have defined certain rules and regulation. I will go and write something. You let me know whether this is a valid way of defining variable or not. I'll say underscore of sal is equal to 40,000. Cal underscore equal to 40,000. Sal is equal to, sorry, anyone asking something? Oh, 40,000. Sal equal to 40,000. Sal equal to 40,000. Now, which is not correct in this?
Fourth one.
Second one is not correct.
Second one, okay.
Yes.
Fourth one.
Okay. Fourth one,
And the third one also is not correct.
okay. Okay.
First one.
Fourth one also is not correct.
First one is not correct.
Is correct.
Okay.
First one is correct, right?
First
Okay.
one correct.
First
Okay.
one is correct.
Okay.
All are correct.
All are correct.
I
Okay.
think all are correct.
Now I'll print this or that. I'll print this. Now instead of this, I'll make it as 45,000. Okay. Now I'll execute this. It did not throw me any error. Now, as I said, Python is an interpreted language. If there was any error, what would I have done?
We should have seen the error there, right there.
Okay. Now, if I run this file, what it is giving? All the values are given.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll write something. Okay. Now I'm taking this and I'm assigning it here. And I'm closing this particular bracket. Now, if I run this, where it is throwing error?
So for at the rate symbol.
At the
Now,
rate
since your Python is an interpreted language, this was converted, it is keeping in memory, but as soon as it comes in a third line, it sees that there is an error at the third line. It will stop here only and it will indicate there is some issue with this. Now I need to go and correct my particular program. Now, as I said, your variables can or should always start with something alphabet or underscore. I'm starting with underscore or alphabet. You cannot use any special character apart underscore for your variable. Wherever you can go and assign underscore, inside your variable name, but apart from your underscore, you cannot go and use any other special character for assigning a variable. Now you cannot start a variable with a number. The same thing if I start 3 and I'll say, I'll remove the special character. And if I try to execute, again, it says invalid decimal letter because any numbers that cannot be started. Okay, the same thing if I have done like this, that is val 3 or 2, and if I'm executing, that value will not throw any error, but the first value should not be starting with something numbers. Okay, variables are case sensitive. That means if you go and assign sal is equal to 40,000, sal is equal to 45,000, these two are different variables. These are not same variables. Now whatever the value you are assigning, that is fine, but that is case sensitive. Now the last rule is you cannot have any spaces. If I say like this, it will again throw an error saying that invalid syntax. Now how to fix this? You should either go and write underscore or go and write it as a one word. If you go and write as an underscore, now you can go and define that particular variable. Any doubts in defining how we are going and defining the variables? It's a very simple topic. I good till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll give a is it valid?
Yes, well,
Yes.
Yes.
Is it valid?
No, sir.
Yes.
Is it valid?
No.
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 No, sir.
I'll say val, comma, report sum.
both are in.
Both are invalid? Both are invalid?
Yeah.
I think both are invalid.
Okay. I go and execute what I was saying. Now, as I said, your variable can understand underscore as an alphabet. Now, wherever you go, directly you go and say one underscore. Then also you consider and put has that one variable, and it can go and assign that particular variable. Or you take multiple underscore, that doesn't matter. The only thing it checks is if it is starting with underscore or alphabet, that is fine. After that, if I can go and write any number, that is fine. If you go and do underscore anything, that will take and it is able to understand. Now I'll go and give you one more thing. You need to go let me know whether this is valid or not. Is this valid?
Yes, valid.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Valid.
If I go and execute this, I'm able to. Now this is the only rules you need to understand in defining variable, that either you start with alphabet or underscore. Don't use any numbers while start of the variables. In the middle, you can go and use your numbers, and no other special characters apart from underscore can be used. And if there are any change in some cases, then those are declared as a different variables. Are we good till now? Are we good till
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I'll say okay, which is valid in this.
Third one is valid.
Third one valid.
Now, if I go and execute this piece of code, it says invalid syntax. Now, what I said, your variable should be something what? Alphabet. I'm giving alphabet here. I'm giving alphabet here, but it is going and throwing an error. Why? Because if you come to
Yes,
your
sir.
something Python, there are certain number of keywords that cannot be used as variables because it has some definition. Now, if I say if, I'm using if into some logic. If I say or, I have some logical operator that I'm using. Now I cannot use directly these keywords into my variable. Which are those keywords? If I want to see, first I'll go and say import keyword, because all the keywords are under this particular module. Then I'll say print keyword, whatever the keywords are there, dot. If I say dot, there what all things you can do with respect to this keyword it is showing. I'll say that something called as KW list. Now, as soon as I do, you are getting certain data here. Now, all these whatever words you are getting, that cannot be used as variable. Apart from this, if you go and use anything, that will be assigned as a variable. Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt in this? Are we good till now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I'll go and write something. Now, if you see there, these are the keywords I cannot use. I'll go and write. Now, is it valid?
Yes. Valid.
Yes.
Yes, it's valid.
I'm saying here, you cannot go and use any of these first.
Those are like case
Case
sensitive.
sensitive.
Case sensitive.
Okay. I can go and say this, and I'm assigning certain values. Then I can go and execute these particular variables, because as I said, variables are case sensitive. Now, even in these keywords, if you go and change any of the particular letter, then that keyword doesn't have that any meanings. So you can go and assign at that time, and you will get a. That's why the point is this, that you variables are something as a case sensitive. I got till now. Any
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
Okay. Very simple topic, how to assign a naming convention for variable. And we have to make sure that whenever we go and assign something for a variable, it should be a meaningful value. Now, if I come and say _3, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. Now, whenever you try to define any variable, try to give it a meaningful naming convention, like let's say salary. Now I can understand what this particular variable is storing. If you just go and give _3 underscore something, that doesn't give any proper naming convention. So you should be always make sure that you give a proper naming convention whenever you go and define any variables. Okay, fine. Now I'll come to one more topic. I will write something A equal to 10, B equal to 5, print of A plus B. Okay, I'm saying A equal to 10, B equal to 5, print of A plus B, and when I execute, output is 15. Okay, now I'll write the same code, A, comma, B equal to 10, comma 5, and I'm printing this. If I execute, what's the output?
15.
Okay. I'm writing like this, where different line I'm going and assigning, or else I'll define all the variables in comma separated, and whatever the respective values with right, I'll also give as a comma separated. In that way, the first value is going in taking with 10, the second value is going in taking with 5. These kind of assignments are called as a multiple assignments. Okay, you're doing multiple assignment for the variable in a one single line. So those kind of assignments are called as a multiple assignment, or in one single line. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'll give you something. Okay. A equal to B equal to C equal to. What will be my output? What do you guys think? What will be your output?
KSR.
3 KSRs.
Okay. When I come and write, it is 3 KSR because again I'm doing multiple assignments in one single line. I'm saying A is also equal to B, B is equal to C, C is also equal to the value. That is something called as a KSR. Now the same thing, right? A comma B comma C equal to KSR. And what will be the output? What do you guys think? Just a random guess.
Same.
I think it will be
Yeah.
same.
Same?
Yeah.
Okay. Others?
KSR is
Others?
assigned to only A.
Error.
Error? Okay.
I think error. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Now if I execute this piece of line, what it is giving? What it is giving? For your
Also.
better understanding, I'll put like this. Print B. Print. For your better understanding, I'm printing in the next line. What it is giving? What it is giving?
One
Each
way.
variable it's storing one character.
Okay. The same thing I'm assigning here. I'm running here instead of one line. If I run, it was assigning the same value for this. In this way, what you're doing, you're assigning the same value for A, comma B, comma C. But here you have said what? You have defined A as one variable, B has one variable, C has one variable. This is a multi-line assignment you're doing, and you're equating into only one word. And this time, what it does, since your string is a kind of a iterable, that means you can loop into your particular words. Now your Python will do something called as a unpacking of objects. Now unpacking of objects or assignments is nothing but individually it will go and assign first word to this, second word to this, third word to this. These kind of assignments are called as a unpacking of variables inside your Python. Any doubt in this?
What will happen if there are 4 letters?
I'll come to that.
Will give error.
I'll come to. For this, any doubt? Any doubt? Okay. Now the same thing, I'll copy this. I'll put it here and I'll remove this. What will happen? What do you think? What will happen? Random guess.
K then
Yes.
SR.
Yes, then
K,
R.
K, S,
K
R.
then SR. K or
Okay.
SR.
Okay. When I execute this, it is giving something as too many values for unpacking. That means what? Since what I said, it is a iterable things. That means it will go and look from 1 second, third element, and you are giving 3 elements and you are giving 2 elements. It doesn't know what to do. So at that time, it will go and give that something as error. At that time, I'll go and put something as A, comma, B star equal to ASR, or let me say this as word, and I'll put this as a word. Taking here also. Okay. One more word we need. Is one word. This. Let me see if I can. Okay, let me execute this. This is wrong. Saying unpacking of. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's not start. This here. Okay, my bad. Now I'm putting it like this, and I'm running it here. Now what I'm saying, first word you take as it is. Now whatever the second word you are doing, you go and assign all that one. Now it will come, taking comma, comma. It is not. Oh, sorry. It should have been A, comma, B. Now, my bad. Okay. I'm having this particular word. Now I'm assigning this word to this, where I'm saying this is my word and whatever the word you are coming, the first word you take has K, and the second word, whatever you are doing, you are going and assigning to that B. Now, what is happening is, now I said it is a iterable language. Now, what is this? What kind of data type is this and all? I'll come to you. Now, it is taking the first word as it is. Now, afterwards, whatever the words you give, it will go and assign to that B, and each individual word, it will convert like this. And this type of data type is called as something called as a list data type. And how, what is this data type and all, we'll come and see. But one main important thing is, if you're going and assigning this is a wrong way of assigning your multi-line assignment for the one word. Now, one word, if you want to go and assign, you have to come and give as A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to KSR. Now, if you want to come and assign multiple words to multiple things, and that time I'll go and define 3 different words. Now, the same thing, if I have defined KSR, data engineer, Python. Now, what would be our output?
KSR Python.
Now, in this way, you can go and assign. But if you are assigning the one word, it will always go and iterate that. And if it is less than one word or greater than one word, and you are assigning less number of variables, it will always throw error. Now, I want to go and put everything into one word. I'll just put the star, and it will take it. Very good.
Earlier you defined A equal to B equal to C equal to KSR. So if you change the value of C in a later point of stage, then will it change for all the variables?
What was saying? A equal to
B equal to C equal to KSR. So let's say after that you change the value of C to D. Okay.
I'll say C is equal to D. Okay.
So all will be changed to D.
Okay. Now I'll show you. What is it showing?
Only C has changed.
Okay. Now, yesterday, as I explained, you have this particular variables. Okay. This is your memory box. When you go and say A equal to KSR, it has something called a memory box in this. In this particular address, it is storing as KSR. Now, it is not exactly equating to this. You have a variable A. Now, it is just pointing to this particular KSR. Now, when I say A equal to B equal to C equal to KSR, now value is here and we have elements like this and it is pointing to this. Now, as soon as I say C is equal to DE, one more value of memory box is created DE, and instead of pointing this, now what will happen? This particular point, whatever you do, it will get cancelled and it will get pointed here. Now, since you're pointing here, your first two is still pointing to your original value. That's the reason you are able to see DE for this, not KSR for this.
Okay, got it.
Got it? Fine. These are the basic stuff which we need to know about something called as variables. Now, please don't worry about this unpacking and all. Why I wanted to show you, we'll come back to unpacking when we'll be doing this and all. Now, why I wanted to show you here is because sometimes we'll be doing multi-line assignments like this also and this also, and guys should know that if you are doing any multi-line assignment, you should be equating properly. Are we good?
Sir, if I'll put it like A comma B comma C equal to data, so it will throw error.
Now it will throw error. If I put only data, now how many values are here? How many variables are here?
3.
Okay. How many letters are here?
4.
It will throw error. At that time, let me see here also, it will take, sometimes it takes. No. In this way, you cannot assign. You will assign one more variable like this, and then I'll come A comma B comma, let's say star of C equal to that particular word. I'm doing unpacking, and at that time, whatever the last word is there is going into.
Sir, if we do A comma star B comma C.
A comma
star B.
Star B.
Star B comma C.
Okay. Now, what do you guys think? What it will have?
It should come like day, D, AT, and A.
No.
Okay. Now first word, last word is assigned to C. The whatever the middle word is there, those all things will go and assign to this. Now if I come and say A star of this, now you cannot have two star. It will throw exactly error. You can have only one star. Now if I come and do this, it will give first two words for this and last two whatever iterable is there. It will give. Got it?
So basically, a star will pick the character, right?
Yeah. Star will pick a character, whichever is more than that particular words, it will pick and it will assign to that one word. Got it? Any doubt in this? Are we good? Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, good, sir.
Okay. Now I have first is equal to Python, something like this. Okay. Second equal to is I'll take, and third equal to fun. Okay. Python is fun, something like this. I want to go and print these three variables. Can anyone give me code from yesterday's class? Or we printed. The output should be Python is fun. How to print this?
Print first,
Print first, comma
second.
second, comma third.
But I just go and say print first, comma, second, comma, third, I'll be able to get this particular
No,
value.
we need space.
We need space.
I think so.
Okay. Others? We need space.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now the same thing I'll write here. Good thing you brought that.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. I got it. I'll write one more thing. I'm writing as two different ways. One is print first, comma, second, comma, third. The second is print first plus second plus third. I'm executing here. What are you seeing difference?
While doing second one, it is getting concatenated without space.
Okay. Now, what do you guys understand by these two different types of displaying of variable?
We can use to concatenate first name, second name, or first name, last name using the second method. If we need space, we can use the first one.
Okay. Now, whenever you use comma, that means it already knows this is as one variable, second variable, and third variable. I'll give the exact space. Whereas you are saying first plus second plus third, that means what? You're doing something like if you have 5 plus 3 plus 4, or 5 plus 4 plus 4, your output would have been something, whatever the output is coming, that particular output you got for this particular value. Whereas in string, what it does, for example, I'm taking same thing here. I'm putting here 5, 5, 5. I'll take the same here and execute. What's the difference between this and this? What's the difference between this and this?
First one prints the value. Second one executes the operations or arithmetic operations.
Means you're doing something called as a plus. That means you're concatenating as one word. So since your alphabets cannot go and concatenate, it will come and write that all has one word. When you have any other numerical values, it will give the summation of that. So whenever you go and want to print something, a variable, you want to pass something, if you go and use plus, it will always give like this. If you go and put comma, it will give a proper value. Okay? Any doubt in this? Are you good till now? Are you good till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I have one more question. Okay. I have name equal to Ajay, age equal to 33, Now I'll write something. Print name plus plus is plus age plus years old. I'm writing something like this. What will be my output?
Ajay is 33 years old.
Ajay, 33 years old.
First, it prints his name is Ajay. Ajay is 33 years old.
Okay. Now again, I'll ask you guys to see these two things. What's the difference between this and this? What I'm doing?
It is doing concatenation.
Okay. Again, I'll come and ask. I'll put the same things here. What's the difference in this and this? In this particular concatenation, what's the difference? In this particular concatenation, what's the difference? And I'm doing something here. What's the difference? Do you guys see any difference in this?
In first one, you are doing arithmetic operation. In second one, you are concatenating three strings. And in Ajay and 33, you are concatenating string and number.
Okay. Now if I run this, will it execute? Can I concatenate my string and alphabet directly? Can you do this? 5 plus?
No.
I say 4 plus.
We need to convert.
ASR. Can we go and concatenate?
No.
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 If I do and say this has string, what will be the output if I go and do this?
4K, sir.
4K, sir.
Now I'll be able to go and make it as a 4 ASR. The same way, now since this age is something has number, it will be not able to go and concatenate that. So I'll need to go and change this. To change anything, I'll just say string. This is a string that I'm passing. So I'll go and indicate something as a string. Now when I go and execute, it will give me as 33 because this is considered as a string now. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this?
No.
Okay. Now, is it an easy way to do every time like this? Is it an easy way?
No.
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, if I wanted to use comma, what I should do? I don't want to use concatenation. In this way, I want to write. Can I write? Can I write?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Print.
Okay. Let me take as it is. Now I'll say what?
Comma.
Comma.
Remove yes, plus with the comma. Replace.
Comma. Is it correct? Can I execute this?
Yes.
Now this is integer, right?
Yeah, but just like reading the value there, like we're not concatenating here.
We are not concatenating there.
Okay. I'm able to get. Now, compared to this is easy, right? Compared to this is easy.
Yes.
I'll write one more thing. I'll say a print I'll take this. I'll do here. And execute. Which is easy? Out of these three, which is easy?
Hard one.
Now, this is called as a printing using your F string. Now, F string is what? You are formatting your print statement. You're saying that whatever you put in a flower bracket, those are variables that are already defined. Those are coming as a variables. So I'll put that into a flower bracket and I'll write my normal statement as it is. Now, whenever you go and execute, now since you have done something F before your codes and you are saying I'm formatting it, my first, whatever the name is there, it should come from here. Whatever the age is there, whatever the variables have defined, that is coming from here. Now you can directly go and print your words. Are you good with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's one way. Now I'll just show you one more way. I'll take this as it is. I'll remove this. I'll remove this F also. I'll remove this also. And after my something called as this particular word, I'll put something as format and I'll say name, comma, age. Now when I go and execute, what are you seeing? What are you seeing?
Same
Now what?
output.
This is a two-way widely. These are the two different ways. Widely, you'll be seeing inside your any of the print statement or any of the code. Whenever we'll go and write our print statements, one will be something called as name, age. If you see F in the front, and you will directly go and put here, or else if you're just using flower bracket, and at the end you can go and format. This will be two different ways. Whenever you go and format, and whatever the flower bracket, if there are two flower brackets, the first one will go here, the second one will go here. In this way, you can go and format your print statement. Are we good? Made out here.
What if there is a mismatch in the brackets and the variables inside the format?
Now, if you do this,
Mismatch in the sense two flower brackets and there are three variables inside format.
how can you pass? Let's say equal to KSR. Okay, I defined one more class is equal to KSR. Class 1 is equal to KSR. I defined it here, and if I go and put it here, I'm running this. Any error is showing? Anything is doing?
Okay, what if there is a one more flower bucket inside and we don't have a extra variables inside the bracket?
At that time, how can it identify? And if I go and say here like this flower bracket, can it identify what is there to put? If I execute this, what it is doing?
Placement index 3 out of range.
Always it will go and do first come first serve. Age will go here, name will go here, and the next whatever is there. But if you are passing your 4 brackets and you are assigning here, it doesn't know. Here it is doing what? First come first serve. It is going and assign. So that's why if you want to do anything, the number of brackets should match your variables. But if you go and put multiple variables, it will not throw any error because it has already satisfied your first 2 variables. It will give that output. Now if you come and do this, it is doing this. It will give output.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Fine. That is fine. Okay. Now print. I said hello world. Print of hello world. Hello comma world. Okay. I said this and I'm executing this piece of line. I was able to get. Now I'll introduce something as \n and I execute. What is happening?
Moving to the new line.
Okay.
/n is a new line.
Okay. \n is nothing but now whatever the first letter before that, whatever is that is in my first line. And if I say \n, it is a new line. Whatever you go and take this. Now, since there is a space after your \n, it is going and taking that space also. If you don't want to have space, you can go and put like this. It will take that. Okay. Now I'll introduce something as what it is giving.
Tab space.
Okay. I'll introduce one more backslash t. What is it again?
2 tab space.
Okay. In this way, you can go and execute your tab is backslash t is nothing but tab. It will just give a space, whereas backslash n is nothing but it will go into a new line. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Now I take the same thing. Now I have like this, but my output should be whatever the output is coming. I want to showcase it as hello world. This should be my output. Now, if I go and put like this, if I go and put one more like this, is it identifying? Is it identifying?
Yes.
Okay, if I print it, what it's saying?
Valid syntax.
Okay, now if you want to go and showcase anything, again we'll put something called as a backslash like this, so that it says now this delimiter is not ending, it's a part of your word, and if you come and execute, you are able to get that. This is one way. Or else you go and you my something has single quote like this. Here you go and give as a single quote and then you execute. Either you can go and give single quotes or double quotes for your string concatenation or strings, so it will be able to identify. But you cannot go and say one has a double quote and one has a single quote. It will not be able to identify. Are we good with this? Are we good with this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, I'll put something like this. Okay. What's happening here? I put one quotes. You should have taken, right?
No, it's a new line. Put it in.
We're going to execute this. It will always throw an error because you are moving out of one line. At that time, we have to use 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, indicating that this is my multi-line comment where I'm writing in multiple lines. That's the reason you go and consider it as multi-line. Now I'll be able to get my output. Either you use triple quotes as 3 times or single 3 quotes 8 times. Are we good? Are we good? Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
This is all basic about your how to use your print statement. Okay. Okay. Now I'll introduce something as okay. I'm introducing something name and age. I'm printing this here. Okay. I defined my variable. I said name, I said age, and I'm printing the same variables. But one thing I have added along with my variable is something as what? Input. Now execute this. Is it executing? Is it executing? Is it
Asking
executing?
input. Yes.
Okay.
No.
Now it is waiting to do something. And if you see here above, it says enter your age. I'll say Ajay and I'll say enter. Now is it executing? Is it executing? Is it executing still?
Yes.
Yeah.
You 24. or 25 and int. What you are getting output now? What output you are getting?
Whatever input you have given, that is coming.
Now, you all guys have logged into a KSR website. Anyone who did not log in into our KSR website? Whenever you go and sign up, there is two things it will ask: name and password. If you go and not enter this, can you go and log in into your KSR? Can you go and log in if you don't enter your name and password or email or your password? Can you log in into your KSR website if you don't pass your email or password? Just
No.
simple question I'm asking.
No.
Okay. I'll go and enter my name and press enter. Will it log in?
No.
When I go and enter my password, what will happen?
It will log in.
It will go and log in. So in the same way, we have defined inside our website saying that for a name, I need to have one input. For a password, I need to have an input until this particular, and again, different logics have written in the backend saying that if this password is invalid and all, throw error and all, so many things are there. In further classes, we'll see that. But to any variables or any values, we can go and specify to give something as input, and it will be able to give that. The same thing that I've done here, where I'm saying name is equal to input, and I'm entering some instruction here saying that the user should know what I am going to enter. That's why I said enter your name. When I get this particular input, it is going entering. For example, I'll go and make it as comment, and I'll go and say age equal to, let's say, 30 year. Now, if I go and execute, it is still waiting for input. Now, when I go and say execute, now it is taking this particular value. Now, since I gave multiple input, unless you go and give that particular values, it will not be executing. It will keep on waiting for your input. Now, your Python is not executing. As soon as you give that particular input, it will go and assign and it will execute. Are we good with this? Are we good with this?
Is it we need to declare as a int when we are calling?
I'll come to that. I'll come to that.
So basically, whenever we are taking input for a string, so we do not need to mention data type. Or whenever we are taking input for integer, so we have to mention data type, right?
Okay. Now I'll remove this. Okay. I'm removing this. I'll say name is equal to, this is equal to, I'm putting, and I'll go and put my name, and I'll put, you're getting output, right? You're getting output. Yes or no? I'll give my name. Again, I'll go and execute this. I'll put my name. I'll put some value. Now, is it a correct data?
No.
Now I'm indicating something as int. Now, when I said int, that means I'm saying whatever the value you are assigned to this, that should be an int kind of a data type. And when I go and execute this, I'll give my name. And if I go and give any other value, what error is showing? What is showing?
Invalid literal for.
So if you want to make sure that your variable is passing only, because this is on the go, you are going and assigning whatever the value you are putting. Now, after that particular data type is assigned to this particular variable, that's the reason. If I go and say int, it will only take int. If I go and put float, it will only take float. Now, whatever the data type if you go and put before your input, it will go and take that type of data type. Are we good? We'll come back to this again when we see different data types, but are we good till now? Input.
We can also use format here, right? Instead of printf string.
That will also work. No worries. Anyone can go and use. Are we good till now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Give me 2 minutes. I'll have water. Okay, thank you. So far what all we saw. Okay, we got started with our Python. Inside Python, we saw something called as a variables, where we are declaring our variables. For these variables, we are giving something called as an input. If you want to go and declare something, now we saw variables is something dynamically typed. Now based on the value you assign, it will go and take that particular variable. And to showcase anything, we are using print inside our Python. Inside this print, we saw how to give different way of formatting, how to pass other things while giving a aesthetic look to a print. Okay, this was a basic part. Now we are going and entering into a actual thing inside our Python, that is data type. Okay, we have these things we saw. Now we have different types of data types inside our Python. Now what is the actual use case of data type? What is the actual use case of data types?
To identify the nature of the data.
Okay. So indicate what kind of literal or what kind of data you are assigning to a particular variable or anything. We use something called the data types. How we had MySQL and anything, we were able to assign for a particular column, particular data type. But inside any programming language, data types are usually assigned to the variables. Again, as I repeated, since your Python is dynamically typed, whenever you go and assign to any variable a value, based on the whatever the value you assign, it will go and divide that particular data type. Now, one is something called the numerical data type, where you have integer, float, or complex number. Now, what kind of number is complex number? Do you guys remember from your school days or engineering days? What's a complex number?
Maybe root.
I plus
Not
j.
sure.
Combination of I plus j.
Real plus imaginary.
Okay, what is this?
I
J?
plus j. 3 plus j.
What is this? 3 plus j or I plus 3? Anything? Whatever is this j? Meaning? What is the meaning of this j? I.
Imaginary.
Just an imaginary number.
Imaginary number.
Okay, how does imaginary number looks like? Okay. What is the square root of 4?
2.
2.
What is the square root of -4?
-1. It throws errors.
This is an imaginary number. Okay, we cannot find the square root of negative. So these kind of values are called an imaginary number. We can go and assign a complex variables also. But as a data engineer, this is of no useful. We'll be not using any complex number. Maybe for your data scientist work and all, you might go and use, but you can go and assign a integer whenever in a numerical data type, we can assign something called a complex also. Now, Boolean is something called as a, we have seen inside our SQL also, Boolean is something true or false, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, those kind of a data types are assigned to something Boolean, and inside your Python, your true condition is assigned like this, false is shown like this, and whenever you go and take true, it is always 1. Whenever you go and take false, it is always 0. This is how it considered in a mathematical way inside your Python, or if you go and pass in a new alphabet way, you should always start with capital T and true, capital F and false. Okay, and there comes something other different types of variable. These are also called as data structure. Okay, here comes one more thing, string, that is not shown here. That's fine. Okay, these are called the data structure. Now, what all these things will come back again, but these are different types of variables. One is sequence. Inside sequence, we have list, tuple, range. We have set, something called a set or frozen set, mapping, dictionary. Now, as a Python, to learn for your data engineer, you have to only master these kind of data structure. One is string, second is range, tuple, list, and dictionary. These are widely used. Have some knowledge on sets and frozen sets. That is also good to have. But the mainly we'll be concentrating in our further classes also. We are getting started with string, then we'll come with list, tuple, range, and dictionary. And when I come to that particular wide sequence and all, I'll try to explain you that time. But if you come and see how exactly our data types looks like. For int, it's an integer number. You can go and assign anything. For float, you can go and do string, anything that is in a double quotes or a single quote. It is automatically considered a string. For Boolean, it is true or false. When I come to list, there is something called in a square bracket you are going and assigning. Those are called as a list. If you go and assign the same thing in a parenthesis, those are called as a tuple. And dictionary is always key value pair, just like your JSON data. And set again, we'll assign in a flower bracket. Now, how these particular data types are working, I'll come back to that one and again and again. And none is nothing like same how you have null inside your something called a SQL. And if I want to assign some value as a null, for example, if I go and assign a is equal to none, that means it doesn't go and occupy any of the space memory inside my Python. Something I'm saying on the go for now, you go and assign it as none. In further, whenever I'm having something in the programming, I can go and replace this null to some value. So we can go and assign. This is also another type of a data type which you can go and assign. Okay. Fine. We'll start with string now. But before starting with string, there is something called as a mutable object and immutable object. Okay. Now I have defined something here. I'm saying immutable objects are something. Values in the object cannot be changed after creation. Mutable objects are something. Values in the object can be changed after creation. What do you guys understand by this? What do you guys understand by this particular definition? I'll explain you. I'm just trying to interpret what you guys understand by it, because this is one of the important questions for interview purpose.
In case of immutable, we cannot change the data. If we assign any data variable, we cannot change. But
Okay.
in case of mutable, we can change.
Okay. Others?
In case of mutable, whenever we are assigning some value to a variable, so we cannot change that in case of immutable, and we can change that in case of mutable.
Okay. All agree with this? Everyone agree with this?
Yes.
Yes, Sagar.
Okay. Come back to our demo. How to indicate any string with data type? I said, okay, name equal, or let me take a equal to 5. If I go and put this a equal to 5, or let me say a equal to Shiva, and I'm printing this a, and when I run, a value is there. Now, according to the definition, according to you guys, what you said, you cannot go and change the value of the things. I'll go and put as and I'll run this. What happened here? According to definition, whatever I said, is it true? Is it true?
No.
Okay. Now I'll show you something as a comma id of a comma id of a. Now I'll execute this. Now you're saying some ID, some value is there. I'm going and executing same. What's the difference between these two?
Those are not
ID
same.
is different.
Different ID.
It is getting stored in different location in garbage.
Okay, fine. Now I'll come and say, now this is something called the list. I'll come back to list again when we go and see list. Now anything you go and put inside a something called as two types of brackets, those are called a list. I am going and printing this. Now, if you want to go and print anything, let me take it as B because I don't want you guys to confuse. Let me say LST. If I go and say print of this LST, comma, ID of LST, I'm printing this and I'm executing this. You're getting some ID. I'll say nowadays this all will come back again. Okay, don't worry. What's changed between these two?
You added KSR in the first variable, so the ID remains same.
Okay. Do you all guys agree?
Yes.
Yeah, the ID remains the
Addition.
same.
Now, why I deliberately gave this particular definition? I said immutable objects are the values that cannot be changed. This is the correct definition. Values that can be changed after creation. This is also correct definition, but this is not entirely correct. Now everyone will come and say the same definition. But I can have multiple interview. Everyone, when I say what are immutable objects, the values, the objects which cannot be changed, those are called as the immutable object. That's not the exact definition. The exact definition is the object whose content can be modified in a place without changing their memory address. Now, whatever the address you are getting, there's a memory. As I said you everything Python is going and assigning a memory, and it is being stored there. Now, how does the Python know that? Because it gives particular ID or address to that particular object. It is storing so that it knows where this particular value is there. So, mutable objects are those whose object can be changed at that particular memory address. If you do any modification, it will still be modified at that particular address, whereas immutable objects are the objects. If you do any modification, it will go and create a new different memory address. And what will happen to the older one? What do you guys think? What will happen to the older one?
Garbage collector will.
Exactly. Garbage collector will come and clean that, since that is not assigned to any variable. If it is not assigned, garbage collector will come and clean. If still any variable is assigned, it will keep that as an address. Are we good with mutable and immutable objects definition?
Sir, can you please go back once? So please explain how you use this append, like
We'll come back. We'll come back
adding
because
this.
it is list, right? I have not explained anything list. I'm just adding one more value here inside my particular list. Don't worry about this append and all. We are not covered list yet. Just with respect to mutable and immutable, are we good? Any doubt in that? Who asked this question? Sorry.
No, sir. Like I have doubt. Like you have added, you have put like in list you have added Siva Sagar, then you have added one more variable KSR. So and then like address is
It's not
same
a
for.
variable, it's a value I'm adding. Okay, I'm modifying at that particular value, whatever the variable assigned. This is LST is nothing but a variable. Okay, you are getting confused. Let me say B is equal to this. Okay, I gave one value, B is equal to this, and this is a list kind of a data type I'm assigning, and I'm running this particular value. There is one address created. Now, for the same B, append is nothing but go and add one more value for this particular. Let me go and put B. For that particular whatever the value is there for this particular variable, you go and add one more value called as a B. I'm just modifying my current data, whatever is there. Now, when I go and do that at the same memory location, if you come and see, the memory location is same for both, it is going and changing. Whereas if you do the same thing, A equal to Shiva, and I am saying A equal to Sagar, it will go and change the memory address because string, this is kind of a string data type. This is kind of a list data type. That's the reason it was a immutable object. This is a, sorry, this is a mutable object. This is a immutable. Got it?
So immutable means it shouldn't be changed, right? So A is equal to Shiva you are giving, and again you are assigning Sagar. So it is changing to Sagar newly.
Okay, what's the definition?
So,
objects whose content can be modified in the place without changing their memory address.
okay,
What's
whatever,
the,
like immutable.
what is the memory address?
Mutable I got it. Mutable I got it. Printing I got it. But string is a immutable.
Hmm.
So can you go to the
What
explanation
is the
what you are
memory
given
address
here?
here for this? Objects whose
Memory address is
content.
different.
Hmm.
Object whose content cannot be modified. Yeah, content cannot be modified, but content is modified, right?
Any change in any changes create a new object with a new different memory address.
You shouldn't be do that one, right? It
See,
is
what I'm saying.
again allocating one more location and
What I'm
taking
saying.
the new value.
You are changing a value for A. First, I said this. I'm changing it to different value at that time. It is not changing. It would have not gone and changed at that particular memory location. It created a new memory location and it is assigning. Whereas this, it will be removed. Now, wait. I'll give you that. Okay.
In the basic sense, that ID, whatever the ID
Wait.
which we are assigning initially, that cannot be reassigned again.
Okay.
It's not the string.
Okay. Let me take A equal to. Now what you're doing, what I'm doing here? Second.
Concatenation will be.
Okay.
Concatenation.
Okay. What IDs you're seeing here? I modified the same, right? Is it same? Is ID same?
ID is not same.
That's what I'm saying. If you do any
So that's what like
modification,
ID is immutable, but value is changing. ID is immutable. The ID is changing. The different ID assigning the different values. 7-2 is assigning the Shiva, and some other is assigning the Shiva Saga.
again I'm saying objects whose content cannot be modified once created. That means at that particular ID only. Now, according to the things, now at this particular ID only, I cannot go and assign Shiv Sagar. If I go and make any changes to this, it will go and create a new ID and there
New
it will
location,
go and
okay.
assign. Got it?
Yeah, okay. It will create a new location and assign to new value, new content.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. This is an immutable. Okay.
So the benefit of list is like we can create a list once and we can add as many values as we want, right?
Yeah. We'll come back to that. But this mutable and immutable, are we clear?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yes,
We'll go slow. We'll come back to that and we'll see. Okay, fine. Any doubts so far? Any doubts?
No.
Okay. Before ending, I'll introduce one small topic. Okay. I have something as S equal to Python. Okay. I have something S is equal to Python. Now I'm executing this particular Python or I'm executing this particular value. Let me say S, and it is doing something as memory address. It has assigned something and it is giving particular value. But how in the backend this particular S is stored? If I come back to my thing, now I said something has S equal to Python. Assume I said S is equal to Python. In the backend, it will divide into something like this. Okay. You have P, you have Y, you have T, you have H, you have O, here n. Now, this is how your string is stored in the backend. That's divided into a block of elements, and it is storing, and it will assign for each character one number. For example, let me take this as different. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I come from straight, if I come from back, we will assign -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Now, what are these numbers? Are nothing but indexes. Now, inside your Python, whenever you go and assign some values, it will provide for that particular value as an index, and it is storing in the backend. And for each value, it has given particular number. And if you come from the forward, always your index will start with something 0. And if you come from the backward, always your index will start from -1. And if I want to go and access my particular value, for example, I want to go and access my t, I'll go and say print. If I go and say print of s, what it would have given? I said print of s, what it will give?
Python.
Python.
Complete string.
Python.
Complete Python. Now, if I go and say print of s in my square bracket, now what's the value of where t is there? What is the value when I come from the straight? What number it is assigned?
2.
When I say 2, it is going to give whatever the value that is assigned to that, it will give. When I go and say print of s of 5, what it should give?
N.
N.
If I go and say print of s of -3, what should it give?
H.
Now, can I say s of 2 equal to s of -4? Is it correct? Is this correct?
Yes.
Is it correct?
Correct. Correct.
Correct.
Same thing. I'm going and doing it here. I have my value. I'll go and say print of s of, in the bracket, I'll go and put 2. I'll just going to go and print 2, and whatever the value with respect to that, it is given. If I go and put something has -2, what should be my value? If I go and put -2, will I get t?
Oh.
Oh.
Now, why it is giving O is because in the back, whenever you go and put minus, it will come from backend. Your minus backend will always start from -1, and your second value is something O. It is giving. Okay. Now I'll go and put. I want to get from the backend. If I want to get my t, I'll come -1, -2, -3, and -4. If I go and put the same value as a -4, I'll be able to get the values. As in this way, you can go and access a particular character inside your string. Those kind is nothing but indexing. You use index to extract a particular data from your string, and on top of that, if you want to go and do manipulation, you can go and do manipulation. Now, again, I'll show you something. What is the ID? Sunil, right? Sunil asked me, right? Sunil.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. I'll go and put something as and I'm printing again. Okay. Now what I'm doing here?
Yeah, replacing -4 place a new capital T.
Okay. If I go and do, what should be my ID? Will it be the same ID? Do you
No.
think?
No.
Now another thing is what it is saying. What it is saying? Why it is throwing error?
It doesn't support the item assignment.
Why it is not supporting?
Because of immutability.
at the same location you are trying to go
Same
and do,
location.
it is not able to. That's the reason it's an immutable object. If it was the same string for a list, I'll show you in a list. At that time, you will be able to go and do that. Okay, are we good now?
Yes, sir.
Sunil, are we good?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Now, I'll come back again. Now, I'll take 5 more minutes. Now, I need to go and find length of my character. Say print of length of s. That means I'm getting whole length of my word, whatever the number of characters are there. I'm giving as 6. Okay, I'm getting as 6. Now, the same thing, I'll come here. I'll go and put print of 6. What will happen? What do you guys think? What will happen?
It will throw error.
Yes, it will throw error.
Okay, if you come back here, the max value, what is there? 5. But I'm going and assigning some value here that is out of my context, that is not at all there inside my value. If I go and execute this, you will go and give an out of index error. That means the particular index, whatever is there, I cannot go and find because my value is stored only between 0 to 5. That is length of my whatever the string minus 1, because my starting value is something as 0. That's the reason it will be always length minus 1 will be your last value. Now the same thing if I have went and gave index of this as 5, it would have gone and I would have got my last value. Now if I went and put minus 6, will it throw error now?
No, it will print P.
It will print P. Okay. Now give me, now you let me know what will happen. Print of yes. Now what will happen? Will it give value?
It will give error as s of 6 is not present.
Okay.
It will not give error.
It will not give error. This
No.
one?
Everyone,
No?
length of s will get error, but length of s
It will
minus
give
will
error.
not
Yes.
give error.
Sorry.
When I go and execute, it is giving again out of index error because it will clearly say that, see, since the interpreted language will go and clearly says at this line, you are getting error. Now I will go and comment this and I'm executing this piece of line. Okay. Now I'm executing this piece of line. What will be my output?
It will be 4, s of 4 plus. So it will be O, O output.
O.
I'm getting O. Now you can go and pass dynamically like this and you can go and pass anything. Now if I go and put minus of length of this minus 2, what will be my output?
It will be T.
It will be T.
S of minus 4. So that should be.
What will be the output of this?
T.
Minus 8.
It will give error.
6 minus 2, 4. Minus 4 is T.
It will be giving error.
What I'm saying here, minus of this of minus this. I'm saying.
Propagated T.
Now same thing, I'm going and putting here print of, let me put, I have this value here, print of minus this and minus 2. What is my output? What is my output?
Minus 8.
Okay.
So
if I want to put minus 8, what is my output?
Error.
What is the output of this?
Error.
Why error? Why error?
Index out of range.
We don't.
Out of bound error.
Now, what is the maximum value that is taking in minus?
-6.
I'm saying -8. Is it able to access that?
No.
Is it able to access that?
No.
So what will happen to this now if I execute?
Out of bound error.
Out of bound error, because it is going beyond that. If I go and execute only -8, or minus of length, what will give? What will be the error?
-6. So that will be
P? Are we good? Is it P?
Yes, it's P.
Yes.
This is how we can go and access a particular value using something index. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll see a lot of more scenario. For now, we have seen something called as first data type, that is string. What is string? And inside that, we have seen mutable and immutable object. And we got started with something indexing. Tomorrow when we'll come back, we'll explore more on string and then we'll move on to the next data. If you guys any doubt, please let me know. Are we good?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone who is new to class today? Any doubt with a course or anything?
Yeah, Sagar, this is Vamshi. This is first time, like the first class to me. Like how it will go. Like normally, as of the course, I have seen that SQL starts first and later Python, right?
Yep. Others can drop out. Who old batch people? I don't want you guys to wait. Can drop out. Let's explain on about the course. Others. Okay. Now, see, our batch usually starts with SQL. We had our SQL. We already completed our 20 plus classes in SQL. And if you are okay to go with recordings, we have done more than 300 plus problems, one Netflix data project. You can go and act. We'll be given direct recordings for that. No, I don't want to go with recordings. I want to attend live classes. There are multiple SQL batches running in KSR. Each and every course which we start will be having SQL. You can go and attend that particular batch. That particular access will be given. Or else, no, I don't want to go and attend now. For now, I'll go and attend SQL batches recording. And when I start my next SQL batches live classes, at that time also will be given as access. Usually we start giving demo before SQL because few folks who don't know SQL want to join at SQL and few folks know SQL, they directly want to join from Python. So a second demo will be given for the batch from Python. Now we have completed SQL. Now after this, we are getting started with Python. Python will go for next 3 weeks. Whatever is required for data engineering, all basic concepts will be seen here. And then after that, we'll be doing Snowflake, DBT. This will go for 2.5 months. In this particular course, we'll be doing 2 main projects. The first project will be on Snowflake. We'll go and we'll do for 8 hours. This will go for 3 hours. And along with this, I'll be doing how to integrate with ADF, how to integrate with Airflow. Now, since we are doing something called as Python, Airflow is mainly built on top of Airflow. Now, whatever is required for Snowflake, I'll be covering Airflow here and how to integrate our Azure Data Factory with Snowflake, I'll be showing here. And we'll be giving one more thing called as a Matillion as a recorded sessions. If you want, you can go and put this as this because it is a no-code ETL tool. If you want to go with a no-code ETL tool combination and all, this will be helpful. You can go and take this. I'll be taking 1 or 2 classes to explain what is Matillion and all, but mainly all the pipelines and all, everything with respect to that will be given as a recorded. And after that, we'll be starting with Spark. And Spark or PySpark will be done mainly with Databricks. That will go up to 12 to 13 classes. And then we'll see something Delta tables and Iceberg tables. These are the open table format that are widely used across the projects. I'll be showing that. And at the end, we'll be having AWS, which will go for 3 weeks, where we'll be building end-to-end projects. 2 projects. One is main capstone project that will go up to 8+ hours. and one is small streaming project. I'll just show you how streaming project is integrated with your Snowflake using Kinesis as one of the service. I'll show you that. And along with this, there will be something called as one project on Databricks, one project on Snowpark. So whatever the PySpark code you can write with respect to Databricks, that can be written with respect to Snowpark in Snowflake. I'll be explaining you that parallelly. This will be how your batches will look. If you have any doubts, let me know.
One more thing, Sagar, what is the difference between a Snowflake developer and Snowflake data engineer? Like we can attend the interviews, right? We can do that, right?
Now, once you complete this particular course, you can attend as a Snowflake developer. Now, Snowflake developer is what only entirely dependent on Snowflake. He won't be using any of the other tools like any of the ETL tools. Now, out of 10 jobs, you would have come and asked me 3 years, 4 years, 10 calls you would have got. Now, only if you have Snowflake, you'll get 2 calls. Out of this, they need few other tools also. Now, with Snowflake, you are adding DBT, you are adding AWS, you are adding ADF, you are adding Matillion. These are the tools. You are adding Airflow. All these things, if you go and add, you are called as a data engineer.
Okay. In that 2.5 months you told, right? In this, we can cover the total Snowflake developer. We can attend the interviews, right? Like basic.
Yeah. So the plan will be now SQL is over, Python is over. After that, Snowflake plus DBT, it will go up to December. Mid here we'll be getting started with interview because a lot of people will be having 3 months notice period and all. Here only we'll be getting started with interview. We will start giving interview and all. Once before your 3 months notice period, we'll be completing. Next 1.5 months will be there. Slowly, we'll increase our resume. We'll build our resume so that we get more and more calls. Because if you have 3 months notice period, we'll be not getting much calls. So we'll be getting started here. As soon as you have 1 month of notice period, you'll be bombarded with calls. At that time, this will be very much advantage we'll be having. Since you have Python, we have Airflow, you have AWS and all, you'll get more opportunity and salary package will increase. That's how the course will be.
Yeah, got it, Sagar. Okay, I'm clear.
Any other doubts?
And one more thing, the SQL will be same, right? Whatever you're explaining in other batches will be same, right? Like
yeah, the syllabus will be same, but the way of teaching the other content will be different. My content will be different. You will be having access for both.
Okay, but the content will be same, right?
Yes, content will be same.
Okay.
Others, any doubt? Any doubt? Are we good? Okay, we'll meet tomorrow then. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Sagar sir.
Yeah.
Can I connect with you? I need one suggestion from you.
Yeah, sure. You can ask Mahesh. He'll provide my number.
Mahesh
or any admin.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you.